I was asking Senator Simpson to respond to something I've heard from Governor Romney, which is him saying that if the Senate's controlled by Republicans, things can get done because both the House and Senate will pass legislation and force the hand of the president, therefore, to take action. And I was wondering, what sort of things will they be passing to force his hand? Is compromise still going to be a dirty word in Washington? It's hard for me, Don, despite what he says, it's hard for me to view Mitch McConnell as a Senate Majority Leader in a conciliatory posture with this president, because, you know, we're all aware of the stories that go back to the inauguration of McConnell saying that his chief objective was going to be to make sure that Obama fails. For the olive branch to now be extended, I find it hard to believe. I'd love to see it. I think the country would be better served if they could all get along. And to Senator Simpson's point, Republicans, it would appear, are about to be handed a golden opportunity to set the table for 2016. I think there's a 50-50 shot they blow it if they go back to a pattern of obstructionism and spend their time doing things like voting for the repeal of Obamacare, which is just ridiculous. It's not going to happen on his watch.
You know what? If I were a better anchor, I probably would have followed up with you know, now that I had listened to what you said when you talked about not getting the message across about the president and things metastasizing. Do you think that because it has been said by some in the administration and outside that the president looks like he is sort of weary of being president now, and it's not, you know, he's not putting his all in there, and that may have some effect on the election. Do you buy that?
I don't buy that that's what goes on in the core of the man. I do buy that there is that perception out there that he's pretty much turned off all the noise and has decided that he'll allow the historians to establish what the real record is at some point down the line. I absolutely think there's a perception in many minds that he's too passive and himself has his eye on the clock.
Yeah. You are paying particular attention to Kansas. Why is that so important to you?
I'm interested to see how well Greg Orman does against Pat Roberts. I'm particularly interested in his independent-style campaign. You and I have had conversations in the past where what frustrates me is how the middle 80% of this country, and I base that on Pew Research data, they've been studying polarization for a year, how we cede the debate to the fringes. And, you know, the fringes collectively in this country, they comprise 20% of the electorate. But because they come out on a day like tomorrow more so than everybody else, they actually wield 35% of the power. So, you know, a guy who's out there and running and using his theme music, the same song that I use on my radio show, which is Steelers Wheel, Clowns to the left of me, Jokers to the right, here I am. I'm very interested to see what happens, because if he's successful, it makes me wonder if there are other individuals on the sidelines who say, you know, I would take a shot at public office. I don't want to be an R. I don't want to be a D. But if there's a path for I's, given that 42% of this country, according to Gallup, says I'm an independent, not a Republican or a Democrat, I think it would be great for the system to rattle that cage and have more independents step forward.
Here I am, back in the middle with you, with Michael Smerconish. Thank you very much, Michael.
Stuck. Stuck is the word.
Stuck in the middle. Stuck in the middle with you. I don't know if in the middle if that's necessarily being stuck, but okay. Thank you, Michael Smerconish.